Marissa here with Culture Fuzz. Thank you so much for coming back here and joining me on my channel. If you are new here, make sure that you subscribe and hit the bell notification so you can become part of the Fuzz family and always get notified whenever I put up new content. Today, I'm gonna give you guys my review on Postmates Delivery. Postmates is a delivery app that has been around for a few years now, and it's basically a food delivery service, a lot like Uber Eats. You just download the app. You can put in an order through a plethora of restaurants, even ones that don't necessarily deliver, anywhere from Baskin Robbins to the hole-in-the-wall taco spot down the street from your house that no one knows the name of, but you know they have bomb-ass tacos. Yes, you can get all of that delivered to you as long as the restaurant is participating. So that is one side of the app. On the other side of the app, what makes this really cool is it's actually another way for you to make some quick cash. You can download the Fleet app and you can sign up as an actual delivery person. You download the app, you fill in your information, give them your social security number. It's a lot like applying for a new job. They do a background check. If you do have a criminal history or a criminal background, unfortunately, you will not be able to use Fleet app. There's been a couple of stories where people with a criminal history actually have signed up and they weren't allowed to access the app or use the platform. So just an FYI on that. Once you get cleared, connect your bank account information, all of that fun stuff, you can turn it on and go. So I've been using this app now for about 4 weeks and it's actually been pretty cool. A really awesome way to make some cash. And what's really cool recently, they implemented something called an instant cash out. So whatever money you make that day, you can transfer it to your participating bank or debit card and have access to your cash that day. Because before, I guess they were just doing direct deposits and it took like 2 to 3 days, but now you literally can make money the same day and have access to that money that same day. So after each delivery, you get paid that, like, as soon as the transaction is complete, you get paid. So you have a balance building in your Fleet application. Once you're happy with it, you can instantly cash out. It's like 50 cents.
Bada bing, bada boom. You just did 4 deliveries and you worked for your dinner.
So what are the pros of this app? You make easy cash that same day. Of course, you all have to do all of it in a timely manner because they do rate you. So those are the pros. Work whenever you want, instant cash, easy money, super easy job. You can do it, you know, on your lunch break, you can do it on your way home, you can do it on a Saturday, whenever, if you feel like making an extra like 20, 50 bucks, you can totally do it. Now, there are some people who do this for a living. I don't know how they do it. They do have these incentives within the app and maybe they take full advantage of that. Like if you deliver 12 deliveries between 1 and 5:30, because those tend to be the peak dinner hours, then you're guaranteed like $120. That's one of the incentives that they did today. Using something like that, yeah, that's like a lot of people who work a typical 9 to 5 typically make about $100, $150 a day. So I can see how that can happen as a full-time gig. So in order to stay active on this type of platform, it goes off of your rating.
This is a lot like a Black Mirror episode that I watched.
The customers get to rate you out of 5 stars. The determining factors are how quickly you're delivering, if you're getting the delivery right. That's mainly it. Oh, and another thing that does not help is that sometimes the Fleet Postmates app will match you up with orders where the restaurant is like 15 miles away. Then you have to order once you're there. That takes another 10 to 20 minutes depending on what it is that you order. And it's like 20, sometimes 25, because that has happened to me, 25 minutes back to the customer. So when you add it all up, it can take about 45 minutes to an hour from the moment they order to the moment that you deliver. And I've been given suggestions like, you know, you can order the food ahead of time, so by the time you get there, it can get ready, which is cool, but all that does is shave off just 10 minutes, especially if I'm doing 20 minutes there and then 20 minutes to the customer. That's still 40 minutes. So I feel like that's another odd that's stacked up against me, not allowing me to deliver within the allotted time frame, but what can you do? It's an app with an automated algorithm and all of it is just a roll of the die. If you are interested in hearing my failure stories at Postmates, I do have some pretty funny stories. I'd be happy to share those. Just leave a comment down below and let me know, and I will make a separate video about my Postmates fail stories, and maybe we can exchange them. It'll be fun. In order for you to stay active on this platform, those 5 stars are pretty detrimental to you. The rule for Postmates is you have to have a 4.8, So you need to have a 4.6 or 4.8, no, I'm pretty sure you have to have a 4.6 and above in order to stay a participant on the platform. Cool. No problem. I've worked in a lot of jobs where paying attention to detail and taking instruction is a big part of my job. Or maybe I'm just being overly confident and it's not as simple as they think it is. So the past couple of weeks, my rating has been dropping and I don't know why. I typically deliver in the City of Industry area. For all of the people who don't live in California, City of Industry is where a lot of the warehouses and industrial businesses are, and manufacturers and a lot of like development companies are like housed there. It is a pretty popular area for Postmates. It's one of the hot spots that Postmates recommends around the meal peak times like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. A couple more places that are hot spots, of course, are like Los Angeles, Beverly Hills, around UCLA, college campuses, Northridge, Pasadena. Those tend to be the hot spots where people utilize the Postmates apps a lot. So that's where they recommend you to go. That's where they want you to go because that's where the rushes are. So they need a lot of their delivery people around those areas. For some reason though, this is the part that I don't really like about Postmates, and I think, you know, as the company grows, maybe they can develop this part and get better at it. But in order for a person to get better at any position, they need some type of feedback. They need some type of accurate, data-filled feedback so they know how to assess themselves and they know how to apply those assessments and ultimately get better, right? My ratings have been dropping and I, honest to God, do not know why.
I check my receipts, I double check the orders, I am in constant communication with the customer
to let them know if an order is taking too long or if they ran out of something, whatever. I'm letting them know, hey, I know you're hungry, your food is on the way, rest assured. I've done about 30 deliveries up until this point. So aside from 2 deliveries that I know for sure I completely bombed and completely deserve whatever low rating, like the lowest of the low rating, I completely deserved it. So 2 out of 30, which leaves 28 more deliveries. And I'm sure you can sprinkle in there, you know, a couple more mediocre like ratings. I don't understand why it continues to fall. They don't have an HR department. You don't have like a team lead or like a manager or an office supervisor or, you know, like someone that you can call right away if there's an emergency. I mean, I guess I can understand there's probably hundreds, maybe even thousands of fleet drivers now that maybe don't know the difference between a real emergency and just being resourceful and like using critical thinking. It's neither here nor there. It's a whole other conversation. There's this part inside of the app that's called like the help center or like the fleet center, and it's a lot of like frequently asked questions and suggestions on how to give a 5-star rated experience to ensure that you get 5 stars. And I feel like a rating system, especially for something like a delivery app or like a driving app, is really kind of determined on the person's mood and perspective and preference. So I email Postmates to see if they can give me any sort of feedback. You go to the help center, there's no direct contact number, so you have to fill out a form with your complaint and it'll just like email it to the center. So the question that I sent was, why has my rating dropped? I really genuinely do not understand or know what it is that I'm doing wrong. And then you get an automatic email response with a article or some reading material that's already available in the help center. I get it. Not a lot of people read or take the time to read or properly understand criteria. Maybe it's a super obvious question and all they had to do is just like read the article. I get it, whatever. You can weed out a lot of BS by doing something like that. That did not answer my question. My question is a lot more niched. My question is a lot more specific. So I'm just trying to understand why my rating is dropping. Why am I doing bad? I am a very prideful person. Customer service is a very big deal for me. I just genuinely like being a nice person and someone who loves food and understands time and being hungry. I want to deliver to the people their food so they can eat without getting up and just enjoying. Yeah. If the automatic email response does not answer your question, then you just respond with, this is not answering my question. Can you please let me know why my rating is falling? So they then responded with, we're not able to specifically tell you on each particular delivery what it is that you went wrong due to confidentiality reasons. That part I totally get. There's some crazies out there because we have access to their address. We go to their homes. We know where it is that they live. So I'm sure Postmates is aware of this and they don't want to give anyone any sort of reason to feel like they can retaliate or whatever. Feel some type of, like, just to not harass the person at their house for a review or a rating or something that they said. Totally get it. But I'm thinking, okay, but can I get any feedback at all? Like a stat report, like that would be super helpful, and it would also address the issue of confidentiality. So for example, let's say that I did 14 deliveries for the week. And then at the end of the week, I can get a weekly status update saying you did 14 deliveries this week, and out of these 14 deliveries, this is how you did. Deliveries that took too long, 5. Deliveries that were incorrect, 7. It can just be like categorized frequent issues that typically tend to happen, and that's just it's any sort of feedback, because I'm left in the dark here. So now every time that I turn on the Fleet app and I try to make some extra money, first and foremost, because I'm at a 4.3 out of a 5, okay? I'm at a 4.3. So every single day is a gamble. Every single day is like, hey, am I gonna be on the app today? Are they gonna kick me off? Is Postmates gonna fire me? Should I be embarrassed that I'm getting fired from Postmates? There's no feedback. And then on top of that, I don't know if a mood or if someone's hormones or anything is making them feel some type of way. Maybe they thought the food was disgusting, so they just I'm in the line of fire and they're just like, I'm gonna give you 2 stars because I wanted pad thai and I ordered chow mein. Like, I don't know, like there's people that come out to get their food and look so sad, and I'm just like, I really hope your attitude or whatever you're going through does not affect your rating towards me. So there's, questions about, do people understand and know how the rating system works? Like, I don't know. It's all a preference. It's all how they're feeling, what they want, what they think service is supposed to be like. And what really sucks is that there's no like supervisor or HR or manager monitoring what it is that's really happening or your performance. So it's very much in the hands of the customers. Yeah, just reminding myself that, even though on a good day, like today, I made about like 50 bucks. I made about 6 deliveries, made about $50 extra on my way home. That's a really good day. And it's also easy to get caught up in that. It's like, oh man, I made like $50 extra, but my account being suspended could be a threat. And then it should not be a reason and it should not be a trigger to stress you out. So if you do drive for Postmates and you have similar thoughts or feelings or experiences, or you just think Postmates is amazing, let me know your feedback. Let me know your comments. I know there's a lot of people who are contemplating signing up for Postmates or possibly going through something that it is that you're going through and they can't find the answers anywhere. I couldn't find anything like this on Postmates, like the rating system, everyone's take on the rating system, driving in different areas, because I know the demographic can sometimes take into play. So let's start the conversation. Let's talk about it. What have your experiences been? Do you feel that your ratings truly show or reflect your performance? And really be honest. Like, if you're doing like a really crappy job and you're not checking your orders and you're pretty sure that you didn't do, like, don't include yourself in that. Just be completely honest with yourself. This is for the people who really know that they're doing a good job, but they're still getting rated low and they're not getting a feedback from the company. So leave your comments down below. That would be really awesome. Guys, thank you so much for joining me back here on my channel and talking Postmates with me, and another way for you to make some extra money. It's really cool. It's really convenient, but at the end of the day, like I said, it's all in the hands of the customer. Yeah. It really is like that episode of Black Mirror. It's kind of crazy. All right, guys, that's my time. Make sure that you follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at CultureFuzz. Twitter is at CultureFuzzFuzz. Also, make sure you visit www.culturefuzz.com, where you can find tons of articles about motivation, product reviews, and open discussions about culture, about life. And you can also find all of these YouTube videos there as well. Make sure you also subscribe to the monthly newsletter. You can sign up on the website, or you can email me at culturefuzz@gmail.com. Again, my name is Rissa. Thank you so much for joining me. Culture Fuzz out. Bye, guys.